And hi, everybody. Guess what? I hope that wasn't too loud for you. I don't even know how loud this is going to be because I can't really see it because the office is still all fucking weird, but you know what, we're going to do it anyway. Bonus episode today. I recorded this over the phone. My computer says April 9th at night. So that might be true. It said when it says it was created, but I don't know. I can't remember. But then Miles, the guest is Miles Ackroyd, by the way, one of my best friends in the world from Ohio. He said that like he's been doing the COVID thing for like a month, which I guess if they locked down in March, that would make sense. So this might have been recorded clear back April 9th. So I'm not going to do it as like a regular weekly episode. I'm just posting it like tomorrow, or actually this morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday, hump day. Just as like a little bonus thing, just because we're back this week and, you know, we can make some good sounds together. Updates. Trying to think. I don't think anything else is really going on. Tomorrow I might be able to have enough time to go to the office and check out the edit for 7 Shots. Also, Shine is completed, but it's like under like a wall, not a paywall, but like a wall. If anybody really wants to watch it, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Never mind. Just ignore that I said that because that could get out of hand quickly because it's not supposed to be public yet. So it is completed, and from what I watched of it, the music rules. That's kind of what I was waiting for, and the color looks pretty good too. So everything is going good with that, and then we're in post on 7 Shots. Today's episode. We talk a lot about COVID. I didn't listen to the whole thing, to be honest with you. So, you know, it was back in April 9th, so I was probably talking a lot of shit, and, you know, I don't know. But it's a bonus episode, so who gives a fuck, right? What else? That little short I made that I mentioned on Monday's episode with Chad. Still waiting. I'm still waiting to see what's going on with it. Also, like, I'm still messing with it. So I haven't gotten the clarification if I can post it or not. So I don't know if I will. But I mean I will when the time is right, but like I don't know if I will soon. But of course, if you listen to this or follow us or me or anybody on fucking social media or anything like that, like of course I'll like post all about it too. What else? Those are kisses for all the listeners. I don't really think I have anything else. Today's guest is Miles Ackroyd. Like I said, one of my best friends from back home. We did it over, like, he calls me, and then I answered it on my laptop, and then just fed it in like I do the music on this. So, I mean, that's how it sounds, but it's free, so, I mean, if you don't want to listen to it, don't. Other than that, you should probably go to our page on iTunes and rate and review because that helps out the show. You could also tell your friends about it. That'd be cool. Share the shit on Facebook. There is SoundCloud. Like, that's where the RSS feed originates from. So all of it is up there for anyone to listen to too. I could probably put the link in there. We're also supposed to be on like Google Play and Stitcher and shit like that, but I haven't checked it out in a while because, you know, I thought if it was blowing up, I'd get notifications or anything like that, and haven't. So maybe it's not even working, and I don't know. What else? I don't think there's anything. And I've already been talking for over 5 minutes. So I'll just shut up, and we'll get right into the called Miles. It does start off like a little weird because he doesn't know I just started recording, and we have a little back and forth, and then there is an actual introduction. This is Dylan trying to be cool host guy. So just ignore that, and the conversation starts quickly after. So enjoy the show, and I'll see you. I don't know. I'm planning on seeing you guys Monday too, or seeing your ears on Monday. We'll see. Car speakers, however you listen. All right. So love you all, and updates coming soon on everything, all the projects, and enjoy the show. Bye.
Going out, and I'd been remembering that I'd gotten this power block, this official accidental charging powering block a couple years ago, and I actually put it out probably 6 months ago and never used it. Well, guess what? It fucking worked.
I was gonna ask you if you had a power bank, because you said your phone was I was like, it's fucking 2020. Who doesn't have a goddamn power bank?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. My shit, all my phones have held battery quite well, even if I'm running a million things at once. Besides maybe my last phone towards the end, I could tell it was because I'd actually had it for legitimately 2 years, the battery was starting to get a little wore out,
Oh yeah, for sure. My last phone, I can tell Kristen uses my last. I'm recording, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's how we do it around here now. Just a conversation.
Oh, we gotta have an introduction, baby.
No, fuck all that shit. I'll do it later.
Well, I mean,
it's my show. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Babe.
What?
I know, but now we don't have a cool fucking intro segue into stuff. I mean, shit, brother.
Oh, I got no segues, man. I do this show once a month now. I need to start doing this shit by myself, though. Wow. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Clumsy Walrus. My name's Dylan Amy, and today I'm joined on the telephone by my buddy Miles Ackroyd from Cleveland.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing out there in the quarantine zone?
Yeah, it's great to see all your bright and shiny faces. How was that? Is that good for you? Does it make you feel make you feel better now?
That it made my dick hard. Yeah, that's what it made me. So
what's been going on, man?
Not much. I'm just I've been afternoon tomorrow, I've been laid off for 3 weeks, which is absolutely insane.
It's been 3 weeks already. Jesus Christ.
I actually went to work longer than a lot of other people did,
Shit, my state, when I texted you, my state just went into stay at home.
Dude, I know people that have been laid off for almost 5 weeks now.
Oh yeah, not here, man. Everybody's just, it's regular. It's a hoax that the Democrats made up, or it's from China.
Well,
and that's the mentality, I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I haven't seen, in a real note, a lot of places are still out of I haven't seen hand sanitizer in over a month.
No, dude, my mom fucking made her own. She texted.
I got shit to make mine. I was gonna do that. Thankfully, I did. I was slightly intelligent about things, but I still have a little bit left in my car. And then I've been at home, so it's not it's not really that big of a deal.
We haven't been doing anything. I don't have any hand sanitizer. I don't have any extra shit. I haven't been washing my hands any more than I normally do. Nothing.
Well,
but
you're at home. I mean,
yeah. Then again, I don't see people. The good part about our sheets, which is called QT. They've had for weeks now. They've had a customer count they won't let more than 10 people in the store at all times.
Right.
So it's not as Wild West as fucking these other crazy privately owned gas stations and the Sphinxes and shit where everybody's just well, do whatever the fuck you want, who cares? QT actually has distancing and things, and the bank that I go to, they had shit lined up and stuff. Other than that, I haven't really been interacting with anybody. When we do go out, I open doors with my back and fucking stay away from people while we're shopping. We both seem fine.
The good thing is I was already doing that before this and going through stores like the world was ending. So I just continued to do that. And I wash the products off, like just a little bit of soap and water that I bring in the house and dry them just to be like, not like fruit and vegetables. I'll wash those. I'm not fucking, you know what I mean? But
well, yeah, I mean,
like box goods and
it feels like it's starting to get to the point where I'm going to have to start like, I'm going to have to try to find some kind of disinfectant spray and like spray shit down before I bring it in the house. Cause it's starting to get like really, it's just now turning into like probably what you guys have been dealing with for a while. For those of you that don't know, we're talking about the COVID-19 like nation or the worldwide pandemic bullshit. If you're listening to this in the future and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's been pretty serious up here in for about a month, maybe a little over a month, but around a month. Yeah, like
you could say that it's still cold up there. I heard it snowed today.
Yeah, but the thing, it kind of did. Like I took my dog for a walk. So the weather changed 6 to 7 times today. Super sunny to super dark. I mean, like
it sounds like Ohio to me.
Fucking like, yeah, but no, this is like Ohio on like drugs. Like I was just like, like I'm talking about like 15 minutes one way, 15. Like I was just like, I didn't know what to do because I wanted to go out. I've been taking walks like almost every day or every other day or sometimes 2 walks because I'm trying to stay active, you know, and then been doing like boxing stuff up or moving stuff around the house, doing a lot of stuff outside because I want to stay going, you know.
Excuse me. Yeah, I have to. I gotta start. Like, I gotta look like find a like a. You know, a lot of people are putting their at home workouts online for free during all this.
Yeah.
Like, I think that Chris Hemsworth, Thor himself, I think you can. He put his Avengers workout like online for free for 30 days for like anybody that wants to, or not 30 days, 90 days or something like that. And it's like it's worth like hundreds of dollars for a subscription. And he's just like, hey, everybody's all fucked up, so just use this code. You can have it free for 3 months. Hopefully, it's long enough. And that's like his Avengers work, like, and that's with him, like with his trainers and like meal plans and shit. Like he's just like, here, everyone have it. So at least people are doing some cool shit.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot. Honestly, things like this is the most time I've had off in years, and it's like it's been like a lot of people are like, oh, like people are starting to freak out online and get like either, you know, lonely. I was like, man, I've been fucking just the days have been flying by. Like I've been either doing some sort of entertainment thing at home or working around the house. Like I've just been like the days have like flown by.
Oh, dude, it feels like I feels like I don't relax anymore. And you know, like now's the time for me to relax more than ever. But like all of a sudden, it's just dark outside. I'm like, what the fuck happened to today? Like today, I played a little bit of God of War, and the game made me anxious, so I shut it off. Watched The Social Network.
Nice.
Watched something else today too. I watched what the fuck else did I watch? Oh my God, it was something older. Motherfucker. Nah, yeah, this is great radio. No, go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Let's see. Keep the 5 people that are still tuned in listening. Let's maybe.
Hey, motherfucker, we got people from Spain and shit.
I believe it, brother. I'm just being a dick. Hi, if you're listening in Spain, I hope you're safe over there, and I hope you're enjoying your day.
Yeah, I hope actually yeah. Look in the show notes and send me an email. My one listener from Spain. Let me know you're all right, because I heard that their death toll is getting fucking crazy. So if you can like translate shit to English, or like, or if you can't, like I'm sure I can transfer it from Spanish to. I'll probably be able to understand it, to be honest with you. But
I mean, most other countries are a lot more intelligent than we are, even though we don't like to admit that. So they probably know English. They'll probably be all right.
All of Europe are like trilingual, and we're fucking retards over here. Oops, said the R word. Sorry, everybody. Don't get offended. Don't leave me a nasty comment. No, but seriously, our one listener over in Spain, I see you in the analytics. Let me know you're okay. Send me an email. It's in the show notes. Yeah, and on everything. It should show up. But shout out to you from Spain, whoever you are. I hope you're okay. You and your family as well.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody from Turkey too. Shout out to you. I haven't seen the country in a while, but
man,
like
you guys, your reach.
I
Your
think
reach is getting big.
It's not it's not reach. It's like 50 downloads an episode, and it's nothing spectacular or anything. Don't
Well, hey,
blow it out of proportion.
don't let them know that. You're supposed to make them think like, fuck, this is the next big podcast. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'd like them to like actually fucking give a shit and share it and tell your friends about it, so I get more people to listen to this fucking thing. I need to start doing it more anyway. So maybe the more frequently I post, like the more listeners I'll gain. Like if I do 2 or 3 a week, I don't want to promise anything, but I probably gain more listeners just organically doing that.
Right. Well,
I should have been documenting this whole quarantine thing.
People like topics, so let's. And you're in quarantine. He is in quarantine, so people might want to actually listen to this.
Yeah, see, that's the other shitty part about quarantine is there's like no fucking news. You know what I mean? Like nothing's happening. Everything's halted, so there's nothing to fucking talk about other than this fucking virus and that it's halting everything. It sucks.
Well, I'm good at this, so I'm gonna throw some shit. We're gonna throw some shit down. We're gonna liven it up. Maybe we're gonna liven it up. I don't know. There goes your whole 50 fucking listeners right there. But
11 and a half minutes in, we're livening it up. What up?
All right. First topic. What was the last? So now we're in quarantine. Let's theme this a little bit in quarantine. What was the last film you saw in theaters, and how long ago was it before the quarantine?
Oh, I might still have the pass. Let me check my phone.
Do you remember?
Seeing if I still have the ticket on my phone. I don't. Wait, you can look in the Regal app, can't you?
You probably can. I'm old. I have tickets. I know it. I'm going to go first then. I'm going to do this first since you're looking. It's been a little over a month since I was in a theater. I think that March 3rd was the last time I was in a theater. Background information, I love going to the cinemas, so we'll just throw that out there for the listeners. But I saw The Lodge, and I've been wanting. The Lodge had been in the festival circuit for almost a year, been getting a lot of hype, and it was fucking phenomenal. I think
I remember you texting us about that.
It's probably my favorite. You're really bad on if things get too hyped for you, you get disappointed. But we're gonna, anyways. Probably the last year there was a lot of stuff that I really, really liked, and a lot of stuff was like really, really close for me. Like it was really hard to like throw together what my favorite films were last year, and I also missed a lot of the ones I really wanted to see, which is not usually the case for me. But The Lodge is probably the best theater experience, or the most I was really invested in something. I mean, on like really like loved it since probably Once Upon a Time in Hollywood last year.
Damn. I'm trying to think of what I went and saw. Have I been to the movies in 2020?
What's that?
Have I even been to the movies this year?
I think you have, Dylan. Think about it. I'm gonna plug this movie. I'm gonna plug things. The Lodge is almost a perfect quarantine movie because it is literally about being shut in during an unknown event in the winter in the deep north, up in like, I think it takes place in like Maine or somewhere, maybe a little above Maine in Canada. Don't quote me, but and it's about like a makeshift family that's coming together after a very big loss. And it has a lot to do with, it bounces between mental illness, supernatural, almost revenge at times. It kind of touches on a lot of broad subjects, and it's really fucking good.
I think I saw it on iTunes. I think I should probably check that out, huh?
You probably should.
I've seen more movies at home in the. Go ahead. What?
No, you're good. I was gonna say it's quite good filmmaking, and it's a duo. It's a duo that did this, and their film before this, Good Night, Mommy, was absolutely phenomenal too. I think it was 2016 that came out, but I forget both their names. They're both European, but I'm definitely going to be checking out. Between their two films, I'm very much sold on them as filmmakers. So I'm really going to be checking out anything they do in the future.
I've seen more movies at home, I think, lately than I've fucking seen like in the theater. Like I'm trying to think of what the fuck has come out this year.
Well, I've seen. All right, here we go, Internet. I'm going to go on my Letterboxd. Shout out Letterboxd. I've seen quite a bit this year in theaters. Actually, I was disappointed that I didn't see Invisible Man or.
See, that's the thing.
Hunt
like
came out literally as theaters were like.
No, that's the thing. Like, there's movies that have come out this year that I didn't see in a theater. I saw at home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because I saw The Invisible Man at home. Because it's different because of this fucking quarantine thing. You know what I mean? Worth the money. I rented it too.
Invisible Man. What's that?
I said I rented it. I mean, you know those current theater movies? They're all the rental price is $20.
Well, right.
It was worth every penny. The Invisible Man's fucking incredible.
And Invisible Man was fortunate that it came out a couple weeks before that started because it made a lot of money still.
Oh yeah, he made his money. I think he went into profit the first weekend.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I mean, even with their marketing, I can't see them spending. They made like what, $28 million first weekend.
Yeah,
with the budget,
and he made it for $7.
Over double the. Yeah,
he made it for $7. How the fuck do you make that movie for $7 million? Because
that guy's been making low to medium budget movies his whole career, and he's done it successfully.
You haven't seen it yet, though.
I know. But
it's great. The effects, like it's crazy. He made it for $7. He had to have called favors in. Had to have. Had to have called favors in, dude. It looks like a $20 million movie. Like it really does. Well, it's great. And Elizabeth Moss is fucking.
When you're good.
Her rate. How is her rate not more than $7 million just for her?
Don't a lot of people in Hollywood don't have that big. Like, I mean, they have big. I mean, if they work 3 times a year, they've made over $1 million. But I mean,
no, but like specifically her, she's got a shelf full of Emmys and like, you know what I mean? Like that raises your rate. That's why I'm surprised that they got her for. They had to have gotten her for nothing.
She probably did it for $250,000 to $500,000
on the low end, or on the high end, probably.
But
those effects, dude. The effects look so expensive.
You have to think if she got any back end, if she got anything on that, she could have signed up, made $1 million after the box office is done.
You're right. I bet she did get back in.
Like, I'll do this for $250,000. But if it clears over 20 in the first weekend, I want $1 million. And they're like, okay.
Lee Winnell's
not. Like, it's not.
Lee Winnell's not Scientologist, is he?
I don't think so. No.
That would make sense if she did it for like next to nothing because she's like almost up to Tom Cruise level.
Right. But I'm sure she's been, after the fact or beforehand, well taken care of.
Oh yeah. You can tell. But anyway, enough. Movie was fucking awesome. She was great in it too. She's so good.
Well, that's what we'll go with. You didn't see it in theaters, but that was the last maybe like new release that you wanted to see.
Midsummer was awesome. I mean, I know that
Thank
was.
God. Midsummer was my favorite last year. I'm looking at my letterbox. I saw like 12 films, I think. No, wait, let me see. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I saw 8 or 9 films in theaters this year so far.
No, that's really good. Hobbs and Shaw was awesome.
I didn't see that yet, but I'm not,
It's on
I'm
HBO.
I don't do, it's not that I don't do it. It's not that I don't do it. I'm so behind on the Fast and Furious because I didn't really like the initial films. It wasn't really my thing. And then they changed. But it's like one of those things that, like,
Oh, no, this is the,
I gotta.
this is the spin-off movie.
Spin-off. Yeah, I know. I thought about watching that one alone because I'm a huge Jason Statham fan. Like, I fucking love Jason Statham.
Dude, him and The Rock are great in it. They're awesome. And the action scenes, Idris Elba's a perfect fucking bad guy. And the action scenes, like the first one, they all die. But of course they don't. But like in the real world, like the very first action stunt, they're all dead. There's no way. That's how ridiculous the action is.
Yeah.
Like at one point, they're all sprinting down the side of a building, and The Rock is jumping from person to person trying to get to Idris Elba, who is in front of everyone else running down the side of a building.
Phenomenal.
It's fucking, and at the whole time he's doing it, Jason Statham is just riding down like in an elevator.
He's a legend. He knows what's up. Okay, one thing.
You should see it. You should see it, though. It's good.
I probably will. I probably end up seeing it because I'm, like I said, a huge Jason Statham
It's
fan.
a movie that you should watch after 15 beers.
Oh, that's exactly how I would have assumed it would be. So
yeah, you should like crack beer 12. You should crack beer 12 and then press play on the movie and then not stop drinking. Because it's long too. It's like 2.5 hours or 2 hours and it's long too.
Good.
It's so crazy.
Long films.
That movie didn't need to be that long.
I'm sure it didn't, but why not?
We keep talking over each other. I think there might be a delay. Is there a delay a little bit?
There might be a delay. Yeah, usually I'm really good about fucking timing my pauses correctly, but I apparently am not. Unless maybe me and Dylan are both just loose.
No, I think there's a tad of a delay because I'll think you're done and I'll start talking and then you'll finish your thought and I already thought you were done. There's got to be there's probably a couple seconds. Oh well, who gives a fuck? Everyone's at home anyway. None of you have anything to do and this is free. Shut the fuck up.
Right, yeah, there we go. Okay, all right.
Go on.
So this is something I was thinking. I saw that you watched. I had a glowing recommendation of this film, which is one of my favorites that I've seen in a while. The Gentleman.
Oh, we can't talk about it. I'm not done yet.
Well, did you fall asleep or something during it?
Yeah, I fell asleep in the middle, and then like I woke up during the end, and then like shut it off real quick because the twist started to reveal itself. So I don't know, I don't know anything about the middle of the movie, and Kristen must not have realized because usually when she realizes if I fell asleep, then she'll just like shut it off and we'll just finish it in the morning, or we'll finish the next day or whatever. But she must not have noticed because I woke up and it was like the ending was unfurling, and I was like, oh fuck, oh no, I didn't see any of this. But like, it's not available for rent, so I just straight up bought it, so I'll probably watch it tomorrow.
It is amazing. She must have also thought it was amazing because she didn't even notice she was so invested.
Or she didn't care at all. I forgot to ask her actually because Guy Ritchie is because the way the style Guy Ritchie though.
Right.
She's not like that. I watched Hobbs and Shaw by myself because she's not into that kind of a movie. Not comparing Guy Ritchie to Fast and Furious. I'm saying that like Guy Ritchie is a very like she liked Aladdin though, but Aladdin is like his most accessible movie, which you should still see because
that's like the only film that I've never seen of his.
It's his easily his most accessible. Like there's only like one of those Guy Ritchie sequences. You know what I mean with the slow motion and shit. There's only like really one of those. Other than that, it's like I think he did it just so he can be like, I'm not a one trick pony. I can make a fucking movie for a studio because the movie made over. Oh, it was one of Disney's over $1 billion makers that year. So like he did something fucking right. It's a really good adaptation though.
Well,
it's a really good. I heard like Mulan is like the next one that's good. But everything got fucked with this virus and they pushed it way back. So I don't know.
All right.
Onward was great. I watched Onward. That's already on Disney Plus. The new Pixar movie.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they just went ahead and threw it on Disney Plus. Just fuck it. And it's really good, especially if you have siblings. It's really fucking good. It's Chris Pratt and Tom Holland.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's the new. It's like everyone's like a troll or a fairy or anything or everything, but it's like the regular world right now. So people like drive cars and shit. It's the latest Pixar movie, and they're like they're elves. The two brothers, and they like their dad died like when Tom Holland's character was a baby, and then they like they on his birthday, like his dad left him a gift, and they find out that his dad used to be a wizard, but magic is like non-existent in the world anymore. But it's like if you do this spell, if either of you have the gift and you do this spell, you'll get 24 hours with me. So it turns out that the younger kid.
Way to spoil the film, Dylan. On a side note, I hope no one wanted to see this.
All of this is the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Okay, I gotta bust your balls. Man,
no, I mean this is I'm literally explaining the trailer. Yeah, no, I'm literally explaining the trailer. And then like turns out the young kid does have the gift, he does the spell, he fucks it up, and only the dad's legs come back.
Huh.
So the brother goes,
we'll see. I might get to it.
It's a Pixar. It's a Pixar movie. You know what I mean? Like it's like Pixar usually our age range, like it kind of like hits us in the like feels because of like how the people that are making Pixar movies are like the same age as us now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a movie about like it's probably the best Pixar movie I've seen since Inside Out. I don't know if you've seen that, but Inside Out is incredible.
I think the last one I watched that I really enjoyed, probably one of the last ones I watched, I really liked Up. I thought Up was really good.
Yeah, Up's fantastic, but like Inside Out is newer than that. You should watch Inside Out. It's fucking ugh. It'll tear your ass apart. But like Onward, I suggest watching Onward too, especially if you have a sibling. If you have any siblings or anything, watch Onward for sure. Definitely worth it.
Well, some good recommendations for your listeners right here. The Lodge, if you're in like a dark thriller horror film thing. Onward, if you need some lightheartedness. The Gentleman, if you need some really good action with great dialogue, which Dylan will watch, hopefully finish it. But there's a ton of good shit out there right now. Even if you can't go to the theaters, even if stuff's being halted back, let's be honest, there's way too much stuff for any of us to even scratch the surface. So this has kind of been nice where like you can kind of either rewatch some classics that you love that you don't have time for always, or check out the years and years of new shit that we just never get a chance to get to, you know?
Oh no, for sure. And just real quick, real fast. The rest of if you're not into Onward yet or you don't know what it's about, just the father's legs come back and the spell gets fucked up, and then the older brother goes, I know what we have to do. We have to go on a quest because the only way that we're going to finish that spell is to get a new one of those gems that you just broke, you fucking kid. So they get in his van and they go on a quest with it's the brothers and their father's legs, and he can like walk and move around and shit.
Oh, maybe I have seen this trailer, and it did look pretty good. Now that you say this,
And their whole thing is they're trying to figure out this like puzzle, like put this puzzle together so they can find this Phoenix Stone, so they can finish the spell and then and spend the day with their dad that died before, when he was a little boy. And the ending will fucking crush you. If the ending of this of Onward doesn't crush you, you don't have a heart. Like, you just don't, or you're a spoiled ass only child and you don't understand.
well,
But I'm just throwing that out there. It's on Disney Plus and it's fucking free. So, like, which everybody has fucking Disney Plus or knows someone with Disney Plus. And they are not cracking down. There are, I believe, 7 profiles on my Disney Plus account. Not one single email.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's in different zip code. Everyone's in a different zip code. Literally everybody. We gave Chad and Lauren our sign in too, and they live in Greer, a completely different city than us.
Well,
that's how many subscribers Disney got.
I have not yet logged into Dylan's Disney Plus, so I have not yet used it.
My brother's got my sign in. Davis has my sign in. You do. Maybe I shouldn't be putting this out on the internet for everyone to hear, but whatever.
I forgot your sign. I actually don't know where your sign in is. So I think Gil sent me a sign into his Voodoo too. And I just have, there's just not like, for me, it's really hard for me to binge things. Like, I'm really good about playing video games for long periods of time, but it's really hard for me to like binge shows or stuff like that. I did binge all of You season 2. Well, binge for me is like 2 or 3 sittings with my girlfriend, and it was a lot better than the first season.
I really like the second season better too. There's a third season coming, but who knows when that'll ever fucking come out, since everything's pushed back a fucking year.
I'm gonna be curious. I don't think season 3, just as a prediction, is gonna be as good as season 2.
I'm interested. You know what's really gonna probably like determine that? The first shit that comes out after people are allowed to work together again. Like, that's what I'm more interested. How good or bad that stuff is, and I'm talking like the mainstream shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm talking like the big properties, you know, the stuff that like usually always delivers, always makes money and stuff like that. But not the stuff that got pushed back. I'm talking about the stuff that is going to get made like that we won't see, like doesn't even have release dates until 2021. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if all of that stuff is garbage, it's like, well, everyone stayed inside way too long and now we're going to be in a rut. But it could be like everyone's so goddamn antsy, or everyone is taking everyone that matters at least is taking this time to like write their fucking opus, and we're going to have like the craziest year of movies ever in like 2022.
Well, I think most of that, I was going to say 2022, 2023 even will be when we see a lot of that stuff, like when it trickles down the line, you know, because let's be honest, over half of 2021 is probably already in the books for like what's going to be produced, what's going to be shot, directed. Now with things being pushed back, probably all of anything that was going to finish shooting the end of this year, 2021 is probably completely booked already for shooting stuff, you know?
Well, not only that, but like, are we going to have like a few months period where like nothing comes out because everything's been halted?
Right.
Like, is it just going to be like Sci-Fi Channel level quality shit? Shout out to the Magicians.
Hey, they've stepped up their games in the past few years. But anyways,
I love the Magicians. I love that fucking show. I'm sad it's ending.
Right, I know you're big. Their TV shows quality has been really, really good for a long time. They let their film quality go down for a while, and then something happened, and they started taking it a little bit more seriously again.
What do you mean something happened? Sharknado happened.
Oh, I'm talking about after that. Well, I think eventually, once those films stop making or getting big ratings and getting, obviously ratings bring sponsorships, things
Oh,
like
you're
that.
talking about
But
the lull in between, like the first, like everyone's talking about Sharknado to like, oh, there's a fourth one already. Wow, I know what you
like
mean.
now, there was that like probably 4-year period where, sci-fi was doing so many of those CG animal movies, and then eventually that whole kind of trend tapered off, and then they started doing their serious TV shows started coming back, and then also like they started doing more like serious like TV movies of the month or whatever again. So things but then they kind of really needed that after releasing a bunch of silly shit for a while. But
Do I know? There's a
hey,
lot of silly shit. Trust me.
it
Some of
made
it's
some
fucking
people some
glorious, though.
fucking. It is. Some of it made a lot of people a lot of money, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
But
dude, you can crank the movies out in no time. Like, have you ever heard them guys talk about how fast the VFX on those Sharknado movies were done?
oh, I'm sure.
Sci-Fi Channel must have like the craziest production house, or they must like be like breaking like labor laws or something. Because like like I saw a Comic-Con interview or something with the main cast of one of the Sharknado movies, and they were just like, "Yeah, we shot this like 3 weeks ago, and it's coming out tonight." And I'm like, "What? How did you get all that fucking
Yeah.
VFX done?" They're like, they just fucking they start cutting day one of shooting. They're already starting to edit. You go, Jesus. That must be a ruthless fucking job. That must be like Hollywood's like garbage job. You know what I mean? Like cut your teeth, editors
I
cut their
mean,
teeth or something.
someone's gonna do it, and someone's gonna make some money and get some credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but that's just the turnaround time is just I don't understand it. Like everything must be covered in green screen and they just like have pre-rendered back. Like like I don't understand how you are so good at shooting that you don't fuck up that much, because you should be doing way more like expensive shit than shooting a Sharknado movie. You know what I mean? Unless they shoot everything in
Right.
like, unless they have like one camera for the company and they shoot everything in like crazy wide 8K and then have the editors like cut into like 4K later so they can like cut all the bullshit out and like reframe the shots themselves. That's a possibility too.
I mean,
That's a little
for a
editing trick for
while,
you.
There you go. A little tech there for you. For a while, they were having Roger Corman, who's like one of the most legendary producers kind of in Hollywood in regards to still working. I mean, he worked in Hollywood for 5 decades producing. He's produced over 250 films, but he had done every style of film, low to medium budget, a few high budget things, but shooting at like a crazy speed. Like he'd shoot 3 films back in the day and build 2 sets, or have location scouts doing, depending on the story, like, oh, we could use this location for this one and this other movie. We're just going to dress the set a little bit differently, but we'll shoot them on different days. So he'd have a freaking film. He'd have 3 films made in like 6 weeks.
That's actually bananas. Like, ugh. That just sounds so fucking stressful to me.
Well, you know what though? It was, can you get me a film in 2 months? We'll give you $10 million or $5 million. Back when that was obviously, if you do it to modern times, a fuck ton of money. And he's like, oh, we'll get it done. Don't worry,
Yeah, and I guess that if you
And
watch a lot of the older shit, like you can catch fuck ups all the time, and it's just like shit. They're just like, who's gonna see that? Because somebody said that in the editing room. You know what I mean? Or when they were watching
right. But
dailies.
even though a lot of his stuff, man, especially when he got to like because he had American International Pictures, AIP. Man, I hope I'm not fucking up any of this. Sometimes I fuck up facts in my head because my brain, but sorry, Internet. If I'm fucking up, send Dylan the comments. Miles is a fucking tool. He's an idiot. Don't ever let him on again. Send those comments. But
emails in the show notes. I'll read them out if they're funny.
Yes, please do so. I'd love to hear him. But he would, man, if he got really good at the stuff he was producing in like the 60s and 70s, where if you really watch a lot of stuff or how fast his shoots were, they're not bad. Some of the, I don't know, because he was cutting his teeth on stuff in like the late 50s and early 60s where if you think about it, if you're producing and you're working with some of the same directors, actors, if you're producing, let's say 15 films a year in the similar style, you get really, it becomes like a well-oiled fucking machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. That makes sense. And he probably had shot with the same exact crew that like did the same exact shit, like knew exactly what they were doing.
Hey, that's how you put money in everyone. That's how everyone made a lot of damn money back in the day, you know?
Hey, well, actually, like Kevin Smith brings it up every time he goes and directs one of the episodes of Supergirl or The Flash or something. He's like, the director don't do shit on those shows. He's like, those people could make those shows without anybody ever coming up there and directing. And he's like, they just guest directors on those shows are just to make them feel special. You know what I mean? He's like, all those, they shoot these, there's two units and they shoot the same exact shit. Like, they know how to make the Flash look like he's running fast. You know what I mean? Like, some guest director doesn't know how to do that. Like, he goes, television directors don't do shit unless they're the show creator. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you watched Mindhunter on Netflix, right?
I watched a little of it. I'm bad on TV shows. You know this. I get fixated on one or two at a time. So
I'm surprised though because that's a Fincher show. Are you a David Fincher fan?
Yes, I'm a very big David Fincher fan. You know, just
I'm shocked that you didn't fall head over heels for that show, because I couldn't stop watching it because it is such his style. Ugh. I fucking love Fincher though.
I think it came out at a weird time where I was watching. I got back into TV shows, television, whatever, like a few years ago, and fell head over heels. I'll use that since you used that term, for like a handful of series. And for me to watch more than a few series at the time, plus go into the cinemas, I play a lot of video games. And they're all story-based video games. I'll just put it that way. So I only have so much time for entertainment. So sometimes I'm like, oh, that's good, but I'm too full with what I'm trying to watch right now, if that makes sense.
Speaking of video games, it does make sense, but like I'm glad that you brought video games up, because that's a good segue to the next thing I was going to bring up, because I'm not going to watch shit like the next probably month, because you know what comes out at midnight?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, you know who pre-ordered it? I did. So it's automatically it'll be there when I get the fuck up in the morning. Right on my PlayStation 4, just ready to fucking launch. And I went ahead and pre-ordered the deluxe edition, so I got like a bunch of summon extras and shit too. And like this other materia that makes your fucking sword dope. So you eat my dick, and are you going to play that game or no? You said you weren't a big Final Fantasy guy, so I understand if you're not.
It's weird because I played a couple of the early Final Fantasies, and then I played, dabbled around with 9 and 10. I didn't have a PlayStation until almost when PlayStation 2 came out. Because I didn't actually didn't have video games at home until I was 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, which I know is a lot of people now. Even back in the 90s, that was a strange thing to not have something until that age, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of I was really young when I got a Nintendo 64, if I remember correctly.
PlayStation and 64 came out the 95 to 96 years.
Okay, well then we
So,
definitely had a PlayStation like the first or second year because my brother got one before I got a 64. And I think I got the 64 because my parents were like, it's a bunch of kids games. Cuz, Nintendo, which makes sense.
right. There was a lot of adult games on that system, but I'll give them the credit. Nintendo's main games, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I was like I had to have had a 64 in 96 or 97. Like I had to have gotten one. I think I got it for Christmas actually. I'm
That
trying to
would
remember
make
because
sense. Probably.
I got it with Super Mario 64. That's the only game that I got with it.
Well, I kept you busy for a while.
No, that's not true. I got Super Mario 64 and I got Wave Race. I think.
Oh, Wave Race. What a game. What a great thing.
Yeah, I think I got Wave Race. And then we went up to the Urches, RIP Cody. And then I bring my controller up to the Urches because they had like fucking everything because their parents won the lottery when we were kids. So they had like all kinds of shit. And then that's when I was introduced to Cody's older brother playing Ocarina of Time. And
There you go.
and I also, it just so happens, the first time I ever saw Final Fantasy VII get played was over there too. Those are my two favorite games of all time. And then, because of Ocarina of Time, I found Majora's Mask, my third favorite game of all time. I found that myself because I was excited for that, and it had the gold cartridge. But yeah,
Right.
I played the Final Fantasy VII demo, and the game is fucking incredible. And then I listened to a spoiler-free review of the game, and it's only the portion of the game that takes place in Midgar, and they got like 36 hours of gameplay out of it.
Nice.
Which means that what's the original Final Fantasy VII? Is it around 60?
I think the original's right around 40 to 45, right? Maybe around there.
Is that, well, if that's the case, then if this is more than two parts, this game's going to be like a 120-hour game.
I've played, I'm a big fan of the Persona series, which is like a very big RPG series around the world. And 5, the last one that came out, the new special edition of 5 is apparently just supposed to come out like a couple weeks ago. And I've thought about buying that. I won't now, but they added stuff. And I was at over 100 hours when I got the first ending.
Jesus Christ.
And it was the bad ending. And Persona, okay, so it's part of the Shin Megami Tensei series, and it's basically like adult Pokemon, and I mean very adult. Like you collect demons, and they're from like all different mythologies all over the world. They call them personas in some games, demons in another. But there's probably like now like maybe 12 of these games over different titles. Persona's the main one. It's probably more than that. There's probably like 20 now. But probably one of my favorite RPG series just because I never was really a big Pokemon fan, but like this is kind of like, ooh, cool, I'm collecting the Four Horsemen, or I'm collecting a Japanese demon to summon on someone. You know what I mean? Like it's more up my alley, you know?
Oh, no, it makes total sense. Makes total sense. But like
the game plays phenomenal. It's classic turn-based with some strategy and stuff. So very JRPG, but yeah, that was over 100 to get the first ending. I never went back and played the real ending, which I need to do that. But because I just played the game for so long, I needed to play something else, you know?
Oh, no, I totally get it. Have you played the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo yet?
I haven't because it happened to come out when Resident
Evil 3
came out. And so Resident Evil is my favorite three-way tie for my favorite video game series of all time. So the video game industry has been dropping some bombs to start the year, which
well, did you
be great for all of us What's that?
Oh, quarantiners, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it should be great for all of us at home because maybe the movie industry is not doing much, but the video game industry is just giving us here, take some big fucking games, have fun, kids, you know?
And despite all the delays, like technically, coming out tomorrow is early for FF7. So it was supposed to come out like last September, but this is technically early since it was pushed back to later in April. Anyway, did you ever play the original Final Fantasy VII?
A little bit because I just knew so many people that had it, you know. But that was what I was trying to say. Where by the time I'd gotten a PlayStation, I played the big game that I still hope Sony remakes one day. So doing these remakes, there's an RPG that Sony produced, not Square Enix, Square at the time, but that produces the Final Fantasy series. The Legend of Dragoon. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was another huge RPG.
Sounds
nerdy.
They only
made one of them. Huh?
Sounds nerdy.
It is, but it
sounds nerdy. How about we just talk about the Chocobo chick summon that I got coming to me tomorrow? You want to talk about that instead of your nerdy shit?
Yeah, we can. I was going to go down memory lane with you, but anyways, I played other RPGs and not Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII. So, anyways, segue into that.
Oh, but you do know how the battle system worked in the original game, right?
Yeah.
And how the turn based worked, and you had your little menu that you could scroll down and select shit when it was your turn.
Yeah, it's most of the Japanese RPGs, especially because I played a lot of them. Did, you know?
Okay.
It's similar style.
So the battle system in 7 Remake is so fucking perfect for what that game needed to do coming out all these years later. What is it, 20 years later? Something like that? 25 years later?
Yeah, right around there.
The battle system feels so fucking good. And it's not hack and slash, and it's also not turn-based. It's like a mixture of both, plus strategy, plus character swapping and commanding, all at the same time.
Nice.
It feels like literally the battle system feels fucking really. And I don't play video games. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of television, but it takes certain things for me to get excited. I tried to buy a Nintendo Switch, by the way. Do you know that no one has any, and you can get them from a reseller with no games for $525 on Amazon?
Jesus.
Yeah, eat my dick.
I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah. They're sold out everywhere, especially because of quarantine. So everybody fucking well, I'm stuck home with my kids. Better get them to do something so I can still fuck my wife. You know, that's fucking 30% of this country. But anyway, the battle system though, it feels so fucking good because you get that beat 'em up hack and slash kinda, but then there's also parts where time slows down and you go into those menus where just like the original game. And then there's also instead of you you control your character, but you can seamlessly hop between anyone in your party and you instantly control them.
Right.
So you can be Cloud the whole fucking time if you want to be. And never do anything. But you can get to, maybe you have an enemy that's far away, then you switch to Barret and you start shooting from afar, and then when they fall down you command Cloud to hack and slash the ones that are on the ground while you're still shooting up the one, you know what I mean? So it's still that JRPG turn-based commanding your own small army, but it's elevated for current video games, and it's done so fucking well. I cannot believe how good just the demo was. And then when I hear all these fucking high praises about the actual game from reviewers are coming out now, I'm so fucking excited for tomorrow.
Dude, that company, like I said, they're 2 companies combined. Square Enix used to be Square and then Enix, and Square Soft and Enix. And I mean, it's like the two biggest RPG companies in Japan, and all they've done is considerably step up their game constantly. So it's like that company is just, it's like a bunch of perfect video game makers just working together,
Oh, for sure. Do you remember when the Final Fantasy VII movie came out, Advent Children? The gameplay graphics on my regular PlayStation 4 on my regular HD TV. Nothing special about anything. I don't have anything special. The gameplay looks better than that movie did when it came out.
Oh yeah.
And remember when the movie came out? It's like, holy shit! It's Final Fantasy, but the whole thing's cutscenes, no blocky shit. You know what I mean? Because everyone wanted to see the cinematic cutscenes where all the graphics were crazy, and like when the gameplay happened, like you would considerably drop in quality. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then Advent Children came out, and the whole thing was a cutscene, and you're just like freaked. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Well, now like just the regular fucking game on my regular television looks better than that fucking movie does. It's insane how good it looks. Insane.
Do you remember the Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within, the first Final Fantasy movie? That I actually really liked that movie. A lot of people didn't because it wasn't like the Final Fantasy coming out, but that looked great back in the day,
Yeah, I do. Remember A Scanner Darkly?
Oh yeah, what a great film.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut this short because my Kristen's got to go to bed and I'm being a little loud.
Being loud? All right, well, hey.
No, hang on.
It's
hang on.
9 o'clock.
Hang on real quick. Let me shut this door over because I'm not just going to cut it like real quick. Hang on for 1 second, everybody. Or Miles can talk and vamp maybe to just fill the time here for 2 seconds. Hang on.
Of course. Well, everyone, I hope that maybe throughout this whole quarantine thing, maybe you can check out some of the stuff that's going on still. There's still a bunch of great shit out there to do. Maybe you can get a little bit closer with some loved ones, as corny as all this shit sounds, but we should take the time to appreciate maybe slowing down the world a little bit and appreciating the little things we have. Corny as it is to say, but it's the truth. I always tried to do that and realized that, but this has just solidified that in another way for me. But yeah, the way the world is nowadays, there's so much stuff you can do at your house. I mean, shit, you basically don't even have to leave. People are working from home now, so things have changed.
For sure. All right. Well, what I'm going to do, that was beautiful, by the way. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to get off the phone with you real quick because I just found out that I could seamlessly switch from my laptop to the phone and just keep the conversation going. So just to end this portion of the podcast, and then I'll take a break and I'll be back probably in the morning and I'll record like an intro and an outro to this. But do you have anything for I know you just kind of said a whole bunch of shit, but do you want anybody to follow you on anything or look you up on any of the social medias or anything?
No, I'm a more private guy. I mean, you kind of know that, I don't really throw myself out there, but
yeah, I know. I just thought I'd ask and give you a chance.
I will say that hopefully I will be on the podcast again soon. Maybe I'll think of some things to talk about, bring up some, because I love doing little columns or little segments, I love it, but
hey man, as long as we're stuck at home, I got all the equipment. I'll do this whenever you fucking want. I'll release fucking 3. Right, I'll release 3 times a week if you want.
I'm pretty sure I would just about 1,000% guarantee that you and I will be doing this again very soon.
Cool.
So
Cool.
A friend of mine, Buddy Candela, who I hope I'll be on his podcast again soon. I've been on there as a recurring character, Midnight Miles, and I enjoy doing that.
Of course, you have a nickname on that show.
Huh?
I said, of course you have a nickname on that show. That's hilarious. Midnight Miles. That's so fucking funny.
Well, I've done that before. I mean, I've brought it up before, but I have my recurring
No, it suits
jabs
you.
at Matt Damon on there. You know, my Matt Damon jabs, and
I think I know what
the
you're talking
running
about now,
joke
yeah.
and the running joke of how Stella Artois should just sponsor me, even though I don't drink it that much anymore. But hey, if someone from Stella's listening and they want to sponsor me, I will do commercials for you. I'll do radio voiceovers. I mean,
If you can,
then I'll give you my social media shit.
if you can find what you're talking about and text me a link, I'll include it in the show notes, and then people can click on that and then get what I'm getting. But I don't know where to find that shit, so you need to send me a link, something that has to do with what you just said.
Oh, I should send you all the Midnight Miles stuff. I'll have to.
Yeah,
I'll
send me the best one.
I'll get that shit. I mean, I'm sure that part of them are me drunk opening beers that you can audibly hear through the mics. But I know the one time I was on your podcast, I got pretty the one with Davis when you were in Ohio. That was
Oh, the one in your basement?
I listened to that a couple. Yeah, I listened to that a couple times. Oof.
I was looking at pictures of that day the other day because I got reminded of it. Every once in a while, like my photos app will be like, on this day you did this, and I like open it up and it was the fucking podcast that we did in your basement. It was hilarious.
That one was pretty loose on that. I mean, we were going pretty hard, but
all right, we got
final note before we go. I played a couple games of pool today, and I'm very much looking forward to playing pool when I see you in the fall, unless the world ends. But
yeah, unless the world ends.
My first game today was a little rough, but it wasn't bad. I had some good shots, but my second game was quite good. But it always takes me one game to warm up, by the way, because I'm not an expert. I gotta kind of like loosen up a little, get in the zone. But it's hard when you don't play against someone. You know, playing against someone is the best challenge.
Well, see, when you play by yourself, that's when you you start setting up shots that you know that you need work on. You start practicing those shots. That's what you do by yourself.
I actually do that. I had some good runs today. I think I had one run where I made five shots in a row, which was quite good.
You know what I mean though, by setting up shots that you have trouble with. Like like set the balls up into shots that you have trouble with, and then just shoot that shot over and over and over again. You'll get better that way too.
I do that sometimes, but also I'm not playing any leagues anytime soon. So a lot of times I'll just play myself, obviously. But
hey, there's nothing wrong with being able to bust out that pool skill around a bunch of people that don't know you. All of a sudden, you can shoot pool like a fucking shark, and everybody goes, "Whoa, look at this guy and his big old dick."
Well, hey, you've been doing that shit for years, showing that big old pool dick. But I've been playing. I play a lot. But I don't think I've ever played not super wasted with you in years. So it's hard for me to actually. I play well, and I also have played a lot more in the past few years since I don't get to see you as much. But I know I don't think I played very well I think I played okay the last time that we saw each other, but I was also very, very drunk.
Oh no, you played better than okay. Like I could tell you had been playing a lot more than me. See, that's the problem with pool is like you can't. It's not like riding. Like it is kind of like riding a bike, but at the same time, it's more like you gotta work this muscle out, or you're gonna be fucking. You got a lot of ring rust, or so they say.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. That's a good. There you go. Got some good terminology in there. It is. That's why, like, that first game, like today, I was like, missed a couple good shots. I also think the cue, I used two different cues, one game, one the other. I think the first cue might be a slight bit bent, which I know it sounds like an excuse. It is a little bit, but at the same time, it's a little off when I play with that one. And I remember, I'm like, maybe I'm not going to play with this cue the next game. I didn't, and I played better. But I also kind of, like you said, got that.
No, I was
Go
gonna.
ahead.
Sorry, but that was gonna say that's the other thing. Like, if you ever want to get like real serious about it, where you're gonna play a lot, you're gonna have to buy a queue and like only use that and get used to only that queue. That's what I had to do, and
Right.
that's why like well before all this bullshit happened. It's the quarantine's not bullshit, but you know what I'm saying. Um, like I was that guy, quote unquote. Like I'd carry my pool stick on my back and like a little leather bag, leather bag. To be honest, probably. To like every time we'd go anywhere, I'd like look online if they had a pool table. That bag went on my shoulder. So like the more you can get used to like the same cue over and over again and get a nice one, like a few $100, to be honest with you. And like then you'll start to notice how much different your shots become. You'll actually notice how much better you're getting. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it's going to be hard because for the online listeners, before we go, I have a pool table in my basement. I bought a home with a pool table in the basement, which has been great. But like anything else, when you have the immediate accessibility to something, you don't use it near as often as you think you would.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's why you got to break through that. See, it's the same exact. You can apply that exact same thing to all this fucking podcasting equipment I have up here. It's always set up. Like I got to plug three things into my laptop and make sure that like I have everything turned on and plugged in correctly. But at the same time, like it's, I mean, it took me 10 minutes to 10, 15 minutes to just get rolling on this. And like I don't have to edit it or anything. I can immediately upload it if I want to, and it's a fucking phone call. Like, there's no excuse that I only have one show up a month. But like, the more you just like you said, the more access you have to it, the fucking less you use it.
If you don't go out of your way, what I've been doing in this quarantine on a final note is going out of my way to even plan things I want done every week, and they might even be entertainment. Shoot 5 games of pool this week. Play drums twice this week. Read half a book this week. Finish a video game this week. And then I do the actual productive things I know are productive. Like I've been working outside, doing things, adding walks to my daily routine, things like that. And you start adding stuff like that and get some sort of, it's not a rigid regimen, obviously, but like things like that. And your days, it gives you something to look forward to or something to do. I've always been really big, and part of it's because of my career and what I do. I'm very big on scheduling things, planning things, layering things in, so much that it is hard to relax sometimes. But I'm kind of finding a good middle ground during the quarantine on this and that, where having some sort of regimen slightly every week kind of makes the time go by better, keeps your mind focused, even if it's doing entertaining things.
No, I mean you're handling it way better than fucking I am. Like I can't even say what I've been doing on mic right now because I don't want to have to edit it out later. So like so you're doing way better than I'm doing. But I'm probably gonna stop the recording, but I'll hop on my phone and actually talk to you for a few more minutes before I let you go. But in case you know what you should do, actually, just one final thought. Like, here's my challenge to you over the next fucking year. Start an Instagram account that just has your sculpting on it, and then you can pimp that the next time you come on. What do you think about that?
Actually, and I think I talked to you about this last time on the phone. That'll be a good goal to work towards, because once I get out of my current situation, which I'm not going to explain over the internet right now because it's a lot.
Yeah, I'll do it after we get off the
I've
phone tomorrow. I'll tell you all the gritty details. People, don't worry about it. Just kidding.
Oh, there you go.
Just kidding.
I really don't care. I'm just not going to fucking lose your last listeners by dealing with my personal life. But,
no, you're fine, dude. Go ahead.
I have some ideas for some things, which I kind of mentioned to you, and I really would. That's kind of like the last puzzle piece that I want to add into my life as I'm kind of been rebuilding stuff for the past like year and a half. That's something I'd like to add into my routine. It's hard, like you and I talked about, my actual profession is a dental lab technician. So I'm working very fine details all day, which you and I talked about even last time I talked to you. So it's hard to come home at night. I don't get home until usually between 6:30 and 8 o'clock at night on the average night, and then take care of my animals, house, food, maybe a little bit of cleanup and some extra things. Now it's 9 to 9:30 at night, and I just mentally, and that's being generous. Some nights I'm doing shit at 10 o'clock at night because I want to do more stuff during the week.
It sounds like a fucking
do stuff
nightmare.
During the week so that I can have. Well, I do more stuff during the week so that I have a more free weekend. And even then that gets booked up. But you also have to realize when you live alone completely and you have to do every single thing for yourself, there's no give and take, and you have other responsibilities, your days go by really quick.
Oh yeah, dude. Every time we talk about this bullshit, I either text you or tell you. It's like being an adult fucking sucks. Be a fucking kid so bad again.
It's so busy. It's so busy.
So much fucking to do, and then when it really gets to you is when the little things start piling up, like bathroom garbage cans. Like how often do you empty the bathroom garbage can?
I try to think about it more than some people do, but then again, I'm on my,
Yeah, but you never fucking throw you never throw anything away in there. Nobody ever does, right? So then,
no, you're right. Not very often.
No, so like in a month, when you look at it and it's finally full, you're like, man, that needs to take out, and then you don't do it. And next time you go back in there and take a piss, and you're like, man, that really needs to go out, and you don't do it. And then all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean? It starts to become like why don't I just do this? And I think it's a lot to do with I'm rambling a little bit, but I think it's a lot to do with like the freedom and this like the like I pay my fucking taxes. I don't got to take that garbage out. I'll take that garbage to get taken out when I feel like it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Hey, I'm gonna stop this recording though before I incriminate myself anymore. So, Miles, do you have anything you wanna say bye? Say goodbye to the listeners, and then
everyone who listened this far, thank you, because it was a regular conversation between me and one of my best friends. So,
hello.
But I hope that the things that we talked about, some of the things that are out there right now, there's some great films, great video games. I hope you spend time with your loved ones and check out some good entertainment. So, cheers.
All right, well that was good. I'm gonna take a little break. No more music in between. Davis said that he doesn't like the music in between, so no more music. So there'll just be a little break here, and then I'll do like a small outro. So thanks to everybody, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, bye. Recording stopping.